On this episode of Talk About Games, we will be talking about Tetris 99, which is just released for the Nintendo Switch today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
This is Ryan, and I am Mike, and I have not really played Tetris since says 99, before 1999. The one that came out in 1999 was for Nintendo 64, the new Tetris.
New Tetris?
I played it in like 1985 for the NES or Game Boy, and that's about as much as I know about Tetris.
It seems like every 5 to 7 years, the world decides that they like Tetris again. They care about Tetris again. The biggest moment for Tetris was probably because it was the pack-in game on the Game Boy, and everyone was playing that. I mean, that was a time when Tetris was in Newsweek magazine. Everybody was...
Well, I mean, Tetris is, to be fair, one of, if not the highest sold video game of all time, still.
It's right up there, so absolutely.
It makes sense that if a new Tetris thing is announced, people are going to be excited about it.
I think it's really funny that it seems like Nintendo eventually comes around to embrace almost every gaming trend, but they always do it in a weird Nintendo-y way. And that's what Tetris 99 is. Like Epic Games is we're gonna make a battle royale, we'll make it Fortnite. Nintendo's we're gonna make it Tetris.
Yeah, how do we get on this? What do we got, boys? We got Tetris, yeah. It's funny though, you just said, it comes back every once in a while, and we kind of laugh, but I'm thinking to myself, why do we laugh? Because it's just such a simple concept of just basic blocks dropping down. It's kind of so basic, and yet it's not at all, because Tetris, it gets really friggin' hard. This is funny for me to see that this game come out right now. I didn't even know about this until today, and I feel didn't they already do this on the Nintendo DS? They tried to bring back Tetris, and I think that one had Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and different things like that, attached to it. Did you know about the Nintendo DS one?
I don't remember that.
And that was also, I believe, an online thing, but I think that was at the point when maybe they didn't have it super figured out that well. I had another game for DS. It's called Meteos or something like that. I don't know how. Remember that? Anyway, there was a point where they were trying to, they were doing a lot of online stuff for the DS, and that was one of them. And I actually played that Tetris at that point. I just didn't, this came out of the blue for me. It's okay. Another Tetris, but it's always what's the next spin on Tetris? And they do the same thing with Pac-Man. You have your basic Pac-Man, but every couple years, Namco, whatever, releases a new thing. You're okay, this time it's Pac-Man 256. This time it's Pac-Man Championship Edition. And they're just going to keep revamping Tetris all the time.
I really enjoy the Pac-Man that you play in the bar where you have four people playing. Awesome. I think it's really great. Mm-hmm. That's really good. Going back to the NES, you were talking about how there was regular Tetris and Tengen Tetris. One game that I haven't played on NES that I really want to is Tetris 2. I remember it came out, I already had my Super Nintendo, I was already, playing Castlevania or whatever. Right. And it's maybe it's cool, because I've never played it.
I mean, there were Super Nintendo versions of Tetris, I believe.
There's Tetris Dr. Mario?
Yes, which is it's both on the cover. Yeah. So I mean, there's been a million different versions of Tetris and Tetris-like games. I mean, I loved Columns on the Sega Genesis.
I'm wondering if Puyo Tetris came out and did better than Nintendo thought it would. So then they were hey, people still like Tetris.
Well, wasn't that one of the first Switch titles?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a launch title, but it was shortly after.
Right, I feel a lot of people might have gotten that. Every time I went to the store, I went to Target or whatever, I would see Puyo Tetris. It's one of the first things I'd always see. Yeah. Or into any store. I'm going to GameStop. I always see that for the Switch, and I feel it was in front of people's faces to where people were probably oh, what game should we get? Oh, well, there's Tetris. Let's get that, because everybody knows Tetris. Maybe because of that, maybe the Tetris hype got built up a bit.
Yeah. So this game, it's pretty clear it combines battle royale elements with Tetris itself. It's called Tetris 99, not because it has anything to do with the new Tetris from 1999, like you were saying, but because you're playing in a 99-person battle royale. And what that does is that takes a Tetris experience that could sometimes be very mental and very relaxing, and turns it into this high pressure thing where, you know, things are coming at you all over the place and stuff like that.
I mean, Tetris, you know, back with the Game Boy and all that, it was a very solitary game. People thought of Tetris as, I'm gonna get my Game Boy, and when our family goes on the car trip, I'm gonna be in the back seat, or I'm gonna be on the plane, and I'm just gonna sit and play, which is so funny, because now it's the complete opposite. You're playing with 99 other people online.
Yeah.
But that, honestly, that would have been cool back then, to be able to play versus other people. And you know what I have to say, you know, I don't like really, I'm bad at building the forts in Fortnite, but I actually like the idea of Fortnite when the circle's closing in and you gotta be the last man standing. And to do that with a game like Tetris, I think that's a lot of fun to, you know, try to be number one in the game. Because I can say this, I don't know if you saw the documentary about Tetris, and I think his name was Thor Ackerlund. He had the highest score. I'm never in my life ever going to have the highest score in Tetris. It's not going to happen.
It's unbelievable.
But at least in this version of Tetris, I can, if I get to number one, which I think is achievable for me,
right?
Because, like, you know, you're playing against 99 people. I think that can make you feel really good at playing Tetris, where a lot of people aren't going to be the best player in the world, you know?
I honestly think that this game is going to be wildly popular for the next, like, month. And then I think people are going to go on to the next thing. I mean, look at what is going on with...
Isn't that what they would want, though? Because
Sure.
It's like, everybody buy the game, talk about it for a month, and then we're going to have another game come out and go buy that one next.
Well, I mean, I think you need to look at this game the same way you would look at Super Mario Duck Hunt, or like Tetris on the Game Boy, or like Fortnite for Epic.
Now that was all over the board. So Duck Hunt and then Fortnite, and what do you mean?
Here's why. Because, or Wii Sports. Because Nintendo Entertainment System was sold because of Mario, and then everybody bought all the other great titles.
Sure.
You know, the Game Boy was sold for original Tetris, but then everybody bought all the other great titles. Epic service is going to be sold because of Fortnite, and then people buy all the other stuff. Right. So I think that Tetris 99 is a great first title in what could be this larger Nintendo online offering. Because remember, Nintendo sucks at online play. They suck. They're the worst, right? And this is a big step. It's a big step for them psychologically, that they're going from friend codes and these tiny little small online experiences.
They're shutting down like all the Wii stuff. And you know what?
Yeah.
Back when that was all out, it wasn't good and nobody really liked it. The points and it was just bad, and the Miiverse and all that shit.
It's awful. I think they've really done a good job at expanding the Tetris formula, where you can target with the touchpad who you want to attack. But then if you don't want to do that, you have the AI strategies. Like, oh, we're gonna have it go for KOs, or I'm gonna attack people that attack me. Like, and then I just think it's cool that they have the elements where it is multiplayer versus.
Right.
Because I was wondering when I heard it announced, you know, when you do Tetris versus, I'm playing against you, and I see you on the one side.
Yeah, I like that.
And that's that. So you get your online play for Splatoon 2, ARMS, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Tennis Aces, and Smash Ultimate. You get the Nintendo Entertainment System online. New titles will be added regularly. You get your save data, where it saves the data to the cloud. You get a smartphone app. You get special member-only deals. And I guess Tetris 99 fits into the special member-only deals section.
Okay.
Of the Nintendo Switch online package.
That sounds awesome.
It does. I mean, like for a gamer like me, I could do a 7-day free trial. I can do an individual membership, which is 1 month for $3.99.
That's not bad.
But I could do a whole 12 months for $19.99, which is a $27.98 savings.
I wonder, can you just buy this game outright if you don't want to do this?
No.
Oh, well, they should have that, I think.
No, well, they don't.
Well, maybe someday.
I'm looking at the FAQ right now.
Yeah.
And I'm looking and it says, can I buy this game outright? And it just says, fuck you.
Really?
Look at that.
Actually, I see it says featured. Oh, underneath that. Oh, yeah, it does. It says, hey, it actually says, hey, Mike Matei. fuck you and fuck your Game Boy and your NES and all that shit. We're making money. This is 2019. Play our fucking Switch game, you fucking asshole. I'm reading it right here.
Isn't that great?
It's great.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we could go on a family plan for up to 8 Switches. Look at the cloud.
Oh, it's like a fucking Lakitu.
Lakitu's dead.
It's just the
He didn't sign up for the service, so he's out.
fucking gone.
He's done.
They're like, go back to NES. Go back to Mario 3.
Go back. Look at these happy people.
Yeah.
There's red-haired kid.
Notice they don't have a picture of me on there.
You're not here.
I'm not happy.
Wow.
But I would be happy to play this game because honestly, we're joking around a lot, but I honestly think that this is okay.
Oh, I had fun. I had fun playing it.
No, I think it's fun. This is something that I would do a stream on. Like I would play this game. I'm gonna be honest, like really, if I was gonna sit down and get serious with Tetris, I would play the NES version, and I would sit down hardcore and practice and practice and practice. I'm not planning to do that because I'm not looking to get a world score or be a speedrunner or whatever, anything like that. But if I really wanted to play Tetris, that's what I would do. But playing this once, I thought it was cool. I like the idea of it. There's worse things out there.
I'm gonna play it a little more. But I really want to check out Tetris 2. Because I've always wanted to know what that game was. So I'll probably pick that up and play Tetris 99 from time to time.
Sounds good.
Awesome.